I just got back from participating in the NASA Social Program, which is a program where NASA selects a handful of social media influencers, space enthusiasts to come to a NASA program and watch a launch happen. So the launch that we saw was the launch of Orion Exploration Flight Test 1, the first in a series of flight launches for the Orion space capsule into deeper space. So ideally this will be the first spacecraft that takes humans from Earth past the moon all the way to Mars. So I found out about the program just like I did about my job at VML through Twitter. I applied over the summer and heard back via email a couple months later that I was accepted to go. We were able to go on a behind-the-scenes tour of several different buildings, from the clean room where the space capsule is actually built from scratch. Then we went to the vehicle assembly building. So within the vehicle assembly building there was banners hanging up on the walls that showed how tall Saturn was when they built that, how tall the shuttles were, and then how tall Orion was. So it was really cool that NASA is building all of these things, but also making sure to document all of these things to compare from launch to launch, and for any visitors to be able to kind of piece all these things together and really understand the greatness and the scale of what NASA's doing. And I documented everything on Twitter, Instagram, a little bit on Google+, on Flickr, on YouTube, aggregating everything under a hashtag, so spaced out, as well as the hashtag for the event, which was hashtag Orion. My favorite moment was to see the rocket actually launch, and it was really surreal seeing it finally catch fire and then shoot up higher and higher and higher. But then all of a sudden there was just a pop as Orion left Earth and headed out into space, and to just kind of see the outline through the clouds and through the atmosphere as it just drifted further and further and further away was a really cool and surreal feeling. And I was able to be there seeing it in person and knowing that this wasn't based off of one person's dream. This has been something that people have been thinking about doing for over 400 years, ever since Galileo realized what was out there for us. And to be a part of that and to be able to witness it was just kind of a really overpowering feeling. And within the launch, we were able to kind of create a community of people that cared about space. I think that's something that we can bring back to a lot of our clients, of how do we create not just people that like something, but people that feel and people that experience something and want to tell all of their friends about it, that make other people want to go take part in it as well. That's something that we're just starting to tap into with social media, and this way of bringing people together and bringing people online to experience something that's happening offline and care just as much about it as the people that are experiencing it offline.